Hello there, this is Michael with Insurance Agency Automation Associates with another one of my short little videos regarding an AMS360 or platform feature that's valuable to an agency. In a previous issue of my newsletter, I talked about how HTML signatures and emails are important to us on the AMS360 side. And the reason I stated is that when we capture signatures with image files in them, I'll show you what that means in a minute, that we end up with duplicate, or we end up with extra document for each one of those images in our activity and in our documents, and that's unnecessary, clogs up the system. So I have an activity open here already. I'm going to pull up an email that I have sitting here. And there's that email. So that email has a couple images. Now I added a couple other Skype image, an image of Facebook, image of LinkedIn, an image of NetView in this case, an image of my logo, and this is an image that you sign up for my newsletter. So I'm going to go ahead and send that email real quick. And then I'm going to go grab that out of my email. It's on another screen, so don't worry too much about that. And I'm going to pull it into this activity that we have open here. Eventually. Come on, little email. There it is. So I received that email. Here I'm going to drag it in. There you saw it. Go send my image. So there it is, and what we're going to see happen here is we're going to see a bunch of image files. All these image files. Now they all happen to be image, and that's nice that they're named that way. It doesn't always happen that way. So when this happened, because we can't always control it, we're going to go ahead and clean this up. Now what I mean by can't always control it, we can make our signatures be HTML and not have all those documents in them, or those images that become documents. But we can't always control our clients and our wholesalers and our carrier partners. We'd like to. We probably should suggest it. So instead of me capturing all these, I would just sort it by whatever makes sense. In this case, it's already sorted by the image name 1, 4, 5, and all this. So I can select it. I'm going to click this first one. I don't want to view it, but if you want to see it, let me go ahead and hit V for view there, so you can see that's my little subscribe to newsletter link. So while I'm on that, I'm going to come over here and hit the delete button, and then I'm going to let go of my mouse. So hit delete, and there's an image there, and it comes up, a message rather, that says, do you want to delete this upon save? And yes, I do. So our natural inclination is to move our mouse down to yes, and I go back to delete and back to yes, but I don't want to do that. If you look at it closely, that yes is actually selected. So I'm going to just hit enter on my keyboard, and I said that. And notice my mouse is still over that delete button. So rather than me move my mouse, if you can see my hand, I'm going to hit the delete button again. I'm going to say yes. Notice that list is declining. I'm going to keep it until I get down to what I needed. At that point, I go ahead and put my documentation or whatever it is. 1817, that's pretty good. However my coding works for this. And then I'm going to select my doc type. And if you can see my mouse, my fingers again, instead of me go back to my mouse and selecting, I just use my right arrow key. Tab did not take me there. It's a complaint I have, but that's okay. Now if I know my doc types I should say, I would just automatically type them in. If I don't, I go ahead and pick that up. I'm going to call this policy. So I just type POL, and then I'm done. Now if I wanted to do more for doc security, again I use my right arrow key to move to those. Maybe I want to put some security on it. And then I would go ahead and hit OK. I finish up anything I had over here, but again I'm over here and I have that. So now I'm going to open up another email. You won't be able to see me do that. I'm going to do another screen. And I'm going to show you that this is my actual signature. While it looks like these are image files, these are all HTMLs. In my previous newsletter, I gave a link to a HubSpot address or HubSpot web page to help me create that without any advertising in it. And as I said in those other newsletters, the reality is I'd want to do that if I did not have any other resources. If I'm in a larger agency or medium-sized agency, I might be able to do some of that through my Exchange hosting service, a place where I host my email. Okay, so that's how we get rid of them. Now, if that's not happening to you and you're not receiving that, I'm going to drag that email back in one more time. And where we're not receiving our attachments here, I'm only getting the email attachment, and in order to see my other documents on there, I have to open that email, then we need to change something on that. For that, I'm going to go to Admin. I already have it open over here. Admin, I'm going to hit Doc360 Setup. I also have that open already. So now you have to have admin rights to this, and you need to be careful when you're doing it. And the key is right over here in the right corner under System Configuration. That'll open up. What this is saying is if this email comes from Outlook, which means I'm dragging it into an activity, I want to capture it in message format and I want separate attachments. Now if I have contact book, that means I'm sending it outside it from inside AMS360. That's what contacts means. That's also what you get when you say you're sending a certificate out or an EPI or an auto ID card. That's out of the contact book. I'm going to select this button this time, separate attachments, and I get this message. Clicking this option will double the storage space since attachments will be stored separately also within the message document. And I would normally say OK to that. I'm going to hit cancel here. Now the issue is that yes, it does double up or increase the storage. If you're online, that's not your problem to deal with. Even if you're in-house and that happens, storage is pretty cheap comparatively speaking. And then I would save and close. Now I'm going to close this and leave this alone. Actually, I'll leave that message hanging there. So that's how we do it. So this is how we set it up. And again, back on the other side in the activity, that's how we clean it up. We just select, and I'm going to go do it this a different way. Watch. I'm going to hit delete. Just keep hitting yes. Now, if for some reason this is not image, it got a different name, I would then maybe sort it by the type of file. And if it's a JPEG, I would just delete. And then I go up to the other one, whoops, and delete the other one as well. So depending how you work it. In any case, that's it for today.
Hey there, thank you for watching the video today. Hope you found it informative and it was worth your time. When you get a chance, drop over to my webpage at ins-automation.com. Check out the offerings there. Particularly if you're not already a member of the newsletter group, please sign up by clicking that little box, answering the questions, and you'll shortly get an introduction and invite to view past issues. Other things you can find here is how to contact me. Simplest way, of course, is my email address, michael@ins-automation.com, or my phone number at area code 805-573-3725. Also, if you want to book time with me, even just for a phone call, go to Calendly, calendly.com/ins-automation, or there's a link in all my emails. And you can see here how to schedule some time, 15-minute, 30-minute, whatever. As you click on those time slots, it'll show you what's available in my calendar. Do note that the times on there are for West Coast or Pacific time zone. If you're a Central or Eastern agency and need some additional different times, just drop me an email and let me know what day you want to try to meet, and I can make that accommodation with advance notice. Just need to make sure I have a chance to get myself woken up, as it's a 3-hour difference for East Coasters, and get the dog a walk when she needs it. Back over here to the web page, other things you can look at are resources for agencies, tools and products and tools I have, and all the other information there you can see. Again, this is Michael with Insurance Agency Automation Associates. Hope you're having a wonderful day and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.